Got to get it, Papa. Well, here I am in a lovely neighborhood in Birmingham, Alabama, or close to it. I think I'm in Birmingham. And I see something unusual. Look, that! Yes, right in the same spot where I'm standing, there's a jet on a pole. It's a Navy jet. And it's right here in the middle of this neighborhood here. That's a little different. But it's also here for another reason. Because it's part of this. Yes, it's the Southern Museum of Flight. And I'm gonna head inside and see what we can see. And there's, I think, some inside stuff and some outside stuff. So let's check that out, us. Well, here we go. We're gonna head on in. And this is the early days of aviation. And look at that. We got a balloon basket right there. And look, that's a little thing that shoots the fire out and makes the balloon go up. And look, there's a place for me here. It's the pilot's playroom. So even I can have fun. But this actually does look pretty fun. Oh, you can be a flight air traffic controller. Look that. Look that. That's pretty cool. And there's a bunch of balloons flying around. And there's even a big yellow plane up here, a pontoon plane coming in. Oh, and look that. I think there's a G.I. Joe inside. And look in here. There's all kind of cool stuff. There's some old, really old ones. And there's some old cars too. Like this 1903 Cadillac. And that's a Model T over there. Look that. There's all kind of stuff. Oh, look. There's an early bird's cap. And here's a Curtiss Ox 5 engine. Those were used in a lot of stuff, especially the Jennies. You know what a Jenny is. If you don't, that's too bad, because I'm not going to tell you. Yes, it's tour with a jerk day. And here I am. But we're going to get the details on all these planes. That's a Wright flyer right there, the Wright brothers. A replica of that. And I think that's the Wright brothers in the background over there, checking it out, getting it ready to go. Oh, look. This one came from Monroe, Louisiana. We were just over there not that long ago, attempting to go see the duck commanders. That they quickly commanded me to leave the building, so because I got there too late. And but I'll try to go back one day. And that is a replica of the Spirit of St. Louis right there. And if y'all know anything, you know that's what Lindbergh flew across the Atlantic, 1927, and by himself. And the weird thing about it is it doesn't have a windshield. You can't see out the front of it. It's kind of hard to see from here. I'll see if I can get an angle that shows that. And look, there's a 1915 Grant. That's like a touring car there. The big convertible roof that folds down. And there's some wings that came off of something. But you can see how they're made. A pretty intricate construction there. And it's all wood. It's wood except for the covering is fabric. That's another wing behind it. Look, see that? You see that? And look up there. I believe that's a World War I plane, fighter, because it's got like all kind of insignia and stuff on it. And there's some little Red Baron planes back there all flying around all crazy, shooting at each other. And here's one for Indiana Jones fans. It's a Ford Tri-Motor. And if you ever saw the Temple of Doom, you know what a Ford Tri-Motor is, except the one in the movie was not for American Airways. If you can name the airways or the airline that it belonged to, you win nothing. Bragging rights. See, I told you it was tour with a jerk day. And let's see what else we got. Ooh, this is a German plane right there. And there's a German next to it. Let's see. That's a Fokker World War I fighter. And you can see he has his cool machine guns up there. And these are the ones they had to set them up so they wouldn't shoot the propeller off. Because they're actually shoot between the blades of the propeller. They're synchronized that way. And that's planning. Coming from me, that I don't know if that's saying very much, but you know how well I plan stuff. And let me see if I can show you the front to prove to you that there's no windshield. Let's see. Hang on, we're still going. Well, I can't see too good, but look that. And look at that guy. And that's Lindbergh right there. That's a statue of him, not the really him. I'm not sure, but that looks kind of like the there was a statue of Lindbergh used in a movie, and called The Rocketeer, and it kind of looks like that. And they actually tested the pack on him and flew him around, and he crashed into the ground and busted his head off. Or not off, a big chunk of it got busted out. And that's when they decided they needed a helmet, which led to the creation of the Rocketeer helmet. Fabulous movie trivia. Isn't that amazing? And look up there. Wouldn't that be fun to fly that? With the engine right behind your head and everything, and you're sticking out on a few little pieces of wood and some wire. That's excitement. This is the way to fly. Well, we're coming into another room, and they're adding some stuff, and it's kind of semi under construction and everything, so we'll see what we can see. Because right now I'm passing by a helicopter. And that's a little helicopter. Look, here's my hand for scale. That's a Rotoway Executive. And so it's a homemade helicopter kit that you could get, and you could fly it around your house and stuff. It sounds pretty exciting if you ask me. But look at that. Man, you like sitting way down and you stretch your legs out. Oh, I never flew in one like that before. But look around in here. There's a giant blade up there spinning around. Oh, and look at that. They got some experimental crafts in here. That one, the propeller, look where it is up on top there. And there's some engines down here. And look at that funny three-bladed propeller. Oh wait, it's only funny looking because the bottom blade is gone. It's supposed to have four. And look at that, that's a homemade. And look at that. There's gonna be a lot of look dotting going on. So all kind of configurations around here. Oh, and look at this. This is, you can fold the wings up so you can get it in your garage and surprise the wife when she comes home. Why can't I open the garage? I bought something today. It takes up the whole garage? Almost. And that's the last words you ever hear. Oh, and look, this one. See, this is almost like the little wooden one there, where you're sitting out in front of it and the engine's right behind your head. Except this one, it's got a blade right there, but it also would have blades above, like a helicopter. It's like an auto gyro. And that's a cool one. I bet you that one's fast. These are all types of private aircraft. And that one even has retractable landing gear back there. Because see, the tires are up inside it. Lots of fun stuff to do and see. There's another little helicopter. That one, it looks almost like that one. See? Look that. Look that. Look that. Look that. Okay, that's enough. And look that. That one's got like a Thunderbird on the bottom of it. So he can fly around all fancy, crazy. And he's got a super short propeller. So to make him go fast. Look that. There's a gallery here with all kinds of models. This is more military stuff instead of just the old planes. Got an aircraft carrier model, and look on top. See, here's my hand for scale. It really is just a model. It's not a real plane. Hey, you look over here, some uniforms and stuff. A real leather jacket. Look how I'm pointing. Look at my finger. Look over here. No, not I already went in there. Let's move that. Okay, that's more like it. It helps if you actually point to what you're trying to show. And here's some Thunderbird's gear right here. Look at that. And the helmet and everything. See, I actually pointed the right direction that time. That was the kind of plane he flew. It's an F-100C. Super Sabre. Say that 10 times fast. This one, they're still adding stuff. You see, they got some screws and nails and stuff to hang stuff on the wall. All those pictures and stuff. It's a little bit about Amelia Earhart, including the official luggage of Amelia Earhart. Well, that's fancy. And look at that. Guess what that is, folks? I see there should be a tag on it somewhere. Well, there's not. I don't see one. But that's a cockpit cover. That's basically the big door on top of the cockpit that you pop open to get in. And here's something that you, first of all, you don't set it on the bottom surface, and you don't step on top of it. so you just keep your feet to yourself. That's a guidance group. And look at that. Now, your white gloves must be worn when handling this cover. So remember that. Next time you're trying to handle that, put your gloves on. Your white gloves. But I think this is a camera unit. Is this a camera? I think it is. Oh, yes. See how smartical I am? Look at that. It is a camera. It's a big camera. Here's my hand for scale. And now we're getting to the almost space. About as close as you can get to space without getting into space. A cool silver tire. And lots of cool space helmets. Flight helmets. Wait a minute, we saw one of those the other day in Huntsville. Saw it firsthand. Now you see what a model of it looks like. Look at that. And we'll see some other things here. Here's a cool suit. It's a pilot's protective assembly, in case you didn't know the technical term for that. Look at that. And look at all the instructions on the sleeves you have to pay attention to. And here's some cool ones. And these are not spacesuits. These are for pilots. But they were getting close to being in space. So that's pretty cool. And he has all kind of instructions on his sleeves too. Look at that. Look at that. Look, my hand's in the way. Here's a little tribute to Rosie the Riveter. It's a lot of things. They would have had a lot of trouble getting all these planes put together if it wasn't for the women who did this. And look, they got to wear cool goggles and stuff for welding. You see that? Well, they decorated their welding helmets. That's pretty cool. And look at that. When you pop out the other side into this neighborhood, you see a helicopter on a pole right in front by the flag there. And yep, I was right. There are some things outside. So look at that. You pop out and you walk around the side of the building and you come to these. All military jets. There's the Blue Angels, that's Navy. There's the, let's see, there's a U.S. Air Force. That, let's see. I'm not sure. There's a couple of U.S. Air Force. And I think that big one up in the middle on the stand there is Air Force too. But I don't know that me, so I'm gonna look at the sign and see if I can figure that out, if I can remember how to read. Oh, look up there. That's right over my head, right there. Look at that. And let's go check this out. Look at that. Let's get right up front. Look at that. Look out. And there we go. But I don't know if you noticed, but there's some guys inside that one. They're sitting up there. They're waiting for them to let them fly off of that pole so they could take off. Well, this is pretty cool when you come in. They have a special exhibit of Tuskegee Airmen history. And they even have one of these. See, back in the olden days, that's what I would fly around in. Literally fly around inside it and hurt myself. But this is a trainer back in the day to teach you how to fly. If you can see that, it's got all the controls like a plane would have had, but it's also got this cover on so you can close it up so you can't see anything. That's pretty cool. And it's sort of a remote control deal. This is VR before they had VR. And there's a fighter. That's a trainer actually, because it's got a second place there. And look at that. And that's a fact. And there's another trainer. Now, that's a Navy one. You see, it's kind of like that little one up there. Here's my hand for scale. You know how many times I could do that before you'll turn the video off. But yeah, look at that. That's another trainer because he could sit in the back and yell at them when they're messing up. And somebody dropped a bomb on the ground right there. Fortunately, it didn't go off. I think these are for training purposes too, but you might, I don't know if they let people get in there. They got a little step. But what if you could get in there? What do you think you would do? Look at that. That's just the back seat. Let's go look in the front seat. And remember, it is an ejection seat. So I'll put you right in the pilot seat. And if you were flying, that's exactly what you would see. It's a Look Dat exclusive. Okay. And here it's like a conglomeration. I don't know how they got all these in here. But these planes, they're all over the place. Look at that. It looks like those are trying to get out through the big windows. There's a Jeep. I'm too close to it though for you to see it too good. Let me step back a little bit. That's an Army Jeep too, because I know because it says Army on it. Duh. And there's a whole collection of engines you can check out to match up with your favorite plane, including these. But just to give you an idea, look at that one. Look at that. You can fly around in there. And look, your friends can sit in the back. And I have to get around this engine right here, but we can see the big helicopter there. Let's see. This is a little bitty plane up here. This is the Mooney Mite M18. Look at that. It's so small the engine sticks out of the sides over here behind the giant finger. But look over here. You can see inside there. Yeah, that's a Russian thing. That's what I thought. I thought that was Russian looking. And sure enough. Look in there. See, they pop the door open and all the Russian guys would jump out. And you got a pilot and co-pilot, I assume, or a gunner or something. One in the front and one up here. That's a pretty big machine there. And here we keep going along. Oh, and this is like a spy plane because it's all the cameras that go with it. So it can fly over your house and take pictures of you sitting in your backyard. eating crawfish and stuff. Look at that. And that's Betty. I get ready for an event here, so I need to get out of the way. But yeah, this is like a little a temporary airfield, the Kimpo airfield, and you tell it's temporary because they put these pieces of metal down with these holes in it to make a surface to land on and taxi around on and stuff. And whoa, look at that! Guess what that is? That's not an American one. That's a Russian plane. That's a MiG-15. Look at that. We can go around and look at the other part of it too. It's got the big sign in the way. But you can tell it's a Russian one because it's got that red star on it. That's what they used to like. But there is like a ton of stuff in here. I keep turning around and seeing more things. Oh, here's the engine end of that. Look at that. And some more cameras. It's like a drone, I guess. I don't know much, But look, there's a gunship up there. And a newer one right here. Look at that. See, this guy got out and he's checking the oil. But his partner's still inside ready to go. See? He's looking over there checking something. And look at that. I actually guessed right. It is a drone. And there it goes. But that's what that is. That's a old time drone. And this is actually what the inside of a plane looks like after it's been at the bottom of a lake for a long time. They recovered this out of Lake Murray. It was crash landed in the lake. And they're doing restoration work and stuff on it. But it was a B-25. And that's what it looked like when they pulled it out of the water. Look at that. And that's some of the guys working on it after they pulled it out. There's a picture of it when they're starting to clean it up and everything, taking it apart. But look at that. And I think this is actually the tail of it over here. It's in pieces all over. But that's the tail. That's what they've been putting together so far. You see it's missing quite a bit. There should be a whole big piece underneath here. But it's not there yet. Look at that. And look at that. Oh, there's lots of traffic. But look, they got all these like parked on the road right about a block away. And there's all kinds of, and they keep going. And they keep going. And they keep going. And there's an airport behind them, just, you know, so you know. And they keep going. Oh, that's Tweety Bird. And there's one in the back. And there's a big helicopter. That one can pick stuff up. That was pretty cool. It could drop down and pick up stuff in that where it's got a big gap looking area. And oh, somebody's getting ready to take off or something. I hear something, sounds like propellers out there. Look all that. Look that. All kind of stuff around here. Check back soon for more Look Dat.